Now we turn to another series, Indelible Crimes of Unit 731. During the Second World War, Japan's Unit 731 operated under a veil of secrecy, carrying out horrific experiments with the goal of deploying biological weapons on the battlefield. In 1940, plagues swept through southern China. These were not natural occurrences, but part of a calculated, covert campaign orchestrated by the secretive unit. BAI Chunyang has more.
In Unit 731, all victims of live human experimentation were referred to as maruta, meaning log in Japanese. Every person brought into the unit had their name stripped away and replaced with a number, reducing them to mere experimental materials. Over 100 kilometers northwest of Harbin, in an area called Anda, Unit 731 built the Anda Special Experimental Field, primarily used for biological weapon field testing.
About 20 minutes after the sirens went off, the planes arrived. They circled overhead, and then I saw them drop bombs. The bombs were biological weapons and were dropped in the center of a circle formed by 18 to 20 people.
I participated in 2 human experiments at the Anda site. The first was an experiment about anthrax in late 1943. In the report afterward, I learned that those who were exposed to the bacteria in the experiment died shortly after.
At the expansive experimental site of Anda, Unit 731 conducted experiments to determine which bacteria were deadliest. Eventually, they concluded that Yersinia pestis, the bacterium causing plague, was the most lethal.
In 1940, Ningbo was one of the few remaining channels of external contact in China that had not yet fallen to Japanese occupation. To cut off outside support, in July of 1940, Shiro Ishii led a detachment to launch biological warfare attacks in Ningbo, Jinhua, and other areas of Zhejiang province.
I remember we left Pingfang district around July 26th or 27th, 1940. We had about 10 trucks fully loaded. Once we arrived in Hangzhou, about 50 persons, including 3 medics in military uniform and soldiers from Unit 1644, joined us.
Regarding the sudden plague outbreak in Ningbo in 1940, what did Ishii tell you?
Ishii showed me a magazine and said that a detachment of Unit 731 used planes to drop infected fleas over Ningbo, causing the plague outbreak.
Local newspapers in Ningbo then reported the plague outbreak. From these long-forgotten headlines, we still can see the scale of the catastrophe deliberately orchestrated by Unit 731.
A major disaster. All citizens rushed to fight the plague. 47 dead in just 1 week.
After multiple attacks using biological bombs, Shiro Ishii became convinced that biological warfare was effective in practice. From late June to early July 1942, several detachments were dispatched from Unit 731's headquarters to Unit 1644 in Nanjing. These biological attacks were carried out in parallel with the ongoing battles in Zhejiang and Jiangxi provinces.
The poison in the fields, once it got on your skin, it burrowed in. It caused swelling and itching, and eventually the flesh rotted. After washing, it felt like tofu dregs. You never knew your feet were rot. When you went outside, you didn't know about it at all.
At that time, over 3,000 Chinese soldiers and civilians were captured. They were confined to barracks at the airport, forced to eat bacteria-polluted food. Those who refused were executed on site. After eating the poisoned food, they were released.
and these led to the spread of the epidemics.
BAI Chunyang, CGTN, Tokyo.